When people imagine the fall of Rome, they picture barbarian armies storming the gates, legions breaking, or emperors dying in marble palaces. But empires don't collapse only from outside attack. They crumble from within. And one of the most corrosive forces is always money. Rome didn't just fall because of invasion or corruption. It fell because its currency died. And the warning it left behind still echoes in every modern economy that believes it can cheat the laws of money and escape the consequences. Let's turn back time. For centuries, Rome's economy revolved around one coin, the silver denarius. First minted around 211 BC, it was almost pure silver trusted everywhere, from Britain to Egypt. Soldiers were paid in it, merchants demanded it, and citizens stored their savings in it. The denarius wasn't just metal, it was belief. As long as people trusted Rome, they trusted its money. The empire's strength and its currency's value were bound together. But maintaining empire is expensive. Armies needed wages. Roads, cities, and aqueducts demanded funding. Wars never ended. By the 2nd century, the empire was stretched thin, defending vast frontiers and fighting costly campaigns. Taxes couldn't keep up with spending. So emperors turned to the oldest financial illusion in history, debasement. Instead of raising taxes, they reduced the silver content of their coins, pretending value could be created by decree. Under Augustus, the denarius was 95% silver. By Caracalla's time, only 50%. By Gallienus, less than 5%. What had once been a solid silver coin had become bronze painted to look valuable. People noticed. Prices exploded. A loaf of bread that once cost 1 denarius soon cost dozens. Inflation wasn't an abstract concept, it destroyed real lives. Soldiers demanded higher pay. Merchants stopped accepting the coin. Barter returned. The economy fractured, and trust, the invisible foundation of any currency, evaporated. Then came the crisis of the 3rd century. 50 years of chaos, invasions, civil wars, and collapse. Behind every political disaster was a broken monetary system. Farmers abandoned their land. Trade networks disintegrated. Taxes meant nothing. And in desperation, emperors tried everything: price controls, forced labor, decrees, but nothing could fix money once trust was gone. In 301 AD, Emperor Diocletian issued the edict on maximum prices, setting fixed prices for over 1,000 goods and services under penalty of death. But price controls can't fix worthless currency. Markets went underground, and the black market thrived. The law could not force value back into existence. Eventually, Rome gave up on the denarius. Constantine the Great introduced the solidus, a stable gold coin that would endure for centuries in the Byzantine Empire. But the damage was done. The West had already been hollowed out from within. The currency had collapsed, the legions couldn't be paid, and the empire's trust had evaporated. Rome's fall wasn't a single moment, it was a slow, grinding collapse. And the crack that started it all ran through the mint. So what does that mean for us today? It means the destruction of money is always the destruction of empires. Rome thought it could trick its people with coins that looked the same, but held less real value. Modern governments do the same with paper and digital money printing, inflating and borrowing, hoping no one notices the illusion. But the result never changes. People lose, wealth dissolves, and trust disappears. History didn't stop with Rome. After World War I, Germany printed money to pay its debts. By 1923, a loaf of bread cost 200 billion marks. Savings vanished. Starvation spread. Extremism rose. Sound familiar? In the 2000s, Zimbabwe repeated the pattern. By 2008, inflation hit 89.7 sextillion%. Prices doubled every day. The nation abandoned its currency completely. And even in modern developed economies, the Roman pattern lives on. In 1971, President Nixon ended the dollar's link to gold, turning it into fiat money backed only by trust. Since then, debt has exploded, purchasing power has shrunk, and inflation has quietly drained value from every paycheck. The coins and bills look the same, but the truth behind them isn't. Governments call it growth. They tell us rising prices mean progress, higher wages mean prosperity, and booming stock markets mean wealth. But just like Rome's emperors, they're disguising decay as stability. And this time, the stakes are global. Rome's collapse was imperial. Weimar's hyperinflation was national. Zimbabwe's was local. But today, the entire world runs on fiat money, mountains of debt, and central banks ready to print trillions at the first sign of trouble. When the system cracks, it won't just be one empire that falls, it will be many. So, what can we learn from Rome's financial downfall? First, inflation is not an accident, it's policy. It's the invisible tax that has destroyed empires for 2,000 years. Second, real wealth is real. Land, skills, productive assets, things that hold value when paper does not. Third, never assume stability is forever. Romans once laughed at the idea their coins could become worthless. Germans in 1913 couldn't imagine wheelbarrows of cash. Zimbabweans in 1980 believed their currency would last. They all learned the same lesson. When money stops being real, society itself begins to unravel. Trade collapses, armies dissolve, governments lose legitimacy. The barbarians at the gates may finish the job, but the real killer always starts inside the treasury. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes and it punishes those who refuse to listen. The story of Rome's money isn't just ancient history, it's a warning, and maybe a prophecy. If this story gave you a new way to see history, don't let it fade into the noise. Hit subscribe, join Echoes of Time, and explore the past that still shapes our future.